What if some of that stiffness that you've been feeling in your muscles isn't even about your muscles or even stretching? What if it's about the environment, that whole milieu, that whole place that your fascia lives in inside of you? The fluid world inside of your body, the mineral charges that run through it, that living matrix that holds every cell you have. Today, let's explore how hydration, minerals, light, and structured water may be determining how your fascia feels and how stiff you feel, and what that means for your body's own cellular battery. This is emerging science, but we'll stay grounded. But we'll also notice what you can feel in your own body that doesn't require anyone on the outside to tell you anything, because that really matters too. I'm Dr. Melanie Carlone. I'm a physical therapist, somatic practitioner, nervous system educator, breath worker. I've been doing this work for about 40 years, master's, doctorate in physical therapy. I have a double 200-hour yoga instructorship, blah, blah, blah. I've been working with people in their bodies for decades. And what keeps drawing me back is this. Healing isn't just mechanical. It's not something you can slice and dice and look at the pieces. It's the whole picture. It's environmental. It's energetic. It's literally the electrical soup that we live in. And today we're going to step into a topic that sits right at that edge. Not as a claim, but an exploration, because fascia isn't just tissue. It's this living, responsive, dynamic, electrically active system. And like any system that anywhere, it exists in a whole environment. So the question then becomes, what kind of environment does your fascia need to thrive? So let's start with what fascia actually is. It isn't dry webbing. When I was in anatomy school, it was like a wrapping that we got rid of during anatomy class. It's a continuous body-wide network of connective tissue surrounding every muscle, every organ, every nerve, bone, even bone cells, nerve cells. It extends into every aspect of our being. And it's our largest sensory organ. It's embedded with mechanoreceptors, cells that detect tension and vibration and pressure and movement. It exists in this really rich, fluid-filled environment. And that fluid is what allows the layers of your body to slide and glide and communicate. And when that environment is well supported, movement feels smoother, it feels easy, lighter, more coordinated. But when it's compromised and communication isn't working well, the body can feel heavy and dense and more stiff and guarded, just totally less responsive. It doesn't mean that it's an injury. It's the system operating in a very different state that you have the opportunity to change. So here's the first curious question. If fascia develops in its own fluid environment, what is that fluid actually made of? And here's where it gets really interesting. We're taught hydration is simple. Drink water, right? Stay hydrated, drink water, done. Doesn't work like that. Some researchers, most notably Gerald Pollack, who I just love at University of Washington, is looking really closely at how water behaves in a living system near biological surfaces. And what they find is that water near your connective tissue doesn't even behave like regular water. It forms what's called easy water, exclusion zone water. It's this more structured gel-like layer, and it has an electrical charge in it. So think of water less like this passive carrier fluid with stuff in it. It's more like a semiconductor. It's an organized layer that can store and transfer electrical information through water. Now, this is emerging science. It's incredibly provoking to everything we thought we knew. Turns out we knew nothing about water. But here's what we do know. That extracellular matrix, that ground substance of your fascia, is largely made up of things called glycosaminoglycans, or GAGs, G-A-G-S. They're large sugar-type molecules that love to catch and hold water like a sponge. They attract water because they're negatively charged, and water's positive. And minerals are positively charged. So GAGs are like these tiny mineral and water magnets, like trillions of small batteries in your body working together. Here's the critical thing. Chronic stress and inflammation pulls minerals and water out of that gel. And your fascia starts to feel stiff and depleted. You're thirsty. If you're older, maybe not. Healthy fascia is hydrated. It's charged. It's alive. The fascia itself is what's called piezoelectric, meaning it generates a small electric charge in response to pressure and movement. So every time you move, your fascia is generating an electrical signal. Every time you breathe, it generates a signal. And these signals are how your cells communicate. So if fascia is full of signal, what charges your battery? Here's something most people haven't ever heard. That structured water layer in your fascia, that charged gel-like easy water, isn't just built up by hydration. It's also built by light. Specifically, the kind of light we evolved with, infrared light. Think fires and sun. And that light charges molecules into a state where it holds on to water. So that sunlight, warm red light, your body's own metabolic heat, far infrared saunas, even the warmth of your own hands resting on your body generates piezoelectric charge for that water. So this means morning sunlight isn't just mood medicine. It may be literally charging your connective tissue. Moving in warm light may be doing something at the cellular level we're only beginning to understand now scientifically, but been known for millennia. So light and movement together, piezoelectric signal plus charged water may be the two most fundamental ways we can recharge this living matrix. Now, let's talk about what powers that whole system. Minerals. Not as supplements to optimize your performance, but as electrical currency that makes cellular communication possible. These are minerals like you find in sea salt, magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium. They're not just nutrients. They are electrolytes. They carry charge. They move across cell membranes to create voltage gradients that powers nerve signals and muscle contractions and tissue hydration. Magnesium, even by itself, is a cofactor in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body. You have to have it. It regulates how your cells hold water, how your muscles let go, how your nervous system quiets and downregulates. So when you're mineral depleted, which chronic stress really accelerates, your cells struggle to hold a charge. Your fascia loses its fluid resilience, and that whole matrix gets more like this stiff gel than like a gliding power. So here's the nervous system piece. When your body's under chronic stress load, fight, flight, chronic vigilance, it burns through magnesium at an accelerated rate. So the same state that creates tension in your fascia is the same state that depletes the minerals that could help release it. It's like tension makes more depletion. Depletion feeds tension. And recognizing this cycle is the beginning of interrupting it. Fascia's piezoelectric. It generates charge through movement. And here's something really beautiful. It doesn't need intense exercise to activate. Small, rhythmic, pressure-changing movements often enough. Think about breathing. Think of fascia, less like a muscle that you have to stretch and more like a sponge that may have been sitting still and holding fluid just in one place. A sponge that you can move gently to circulate fluid through itself. And as fluid moves through the matrix, it may be helping structure that water, change the environment, and clear out what's been stagnant. Movement is nourishment for your cells. So, let's feel into this right now. Let's do it together. Let's take a baseline. Slowly raise your arms overhead and just notice. Does it feel smooth or heavy? How far do you go? Is it sticky? Lift one arm and the other. Is it even, uneven? Okay, that's your starting point. No judgment, just information. All right, so let's try a lateral sway. Let one arm reach like you're being lifted up and let your neck fall. And then reach the other arm and sway. Small and easy, no effort. Inhale up, exhale, release. Just let your breath move with it. And if it's comfortable, then both arms up. and let it be fluid. And now think about behind you. Let your hands come down onto your hips and breathe into the low back. And when you exhale, add a hum. Vibration moves through fascia. It activates mechanoreceptors in your chest and throat. Now just feel the echo. Deep breath again and hum. And just notice. And now, just that little a bit, let your arms come overhead again. And notice how it's easier. Let one arm lift higher than the other. May not be dramatic, maybe. But just notice your system will tell you how you responded to the piezoelectric property of movement and your breath. That's your matrix moving into a new state. And the good news is you don't have to micromanage all of this. The body is always ever trying to help you. It wants to find its way towards support. Our job is to reduce the interference and supply the conditions. So hydrate through the day, not all at once. Sip consistently. Have your water nearby. Add a pinch of high-quality sea salt to your water, or use a trace minerals supplement. Fulvic acid. There's a lot of things out there you can use. It isn't just about sodium. It's about providing a full mineral spectrum to your matrix needs to hold that charge. Eat mineral-rich foods. But remember, our foods, which once were watered with alluvial waters that came from rivers, were very mineral-rich. We don't have that so much anymore, so pay attention to the origin of your food. Leafy greens, rich soil, mineral-rich broths, sea vegetables, quality sea salt. And if you're depleted, which most of us are, a good magnesium supplement can make a really big difference. Sun before screen, even 10 minutes in the morning. Let infrared wavelengths begin to charge your battery. Close your eyes, just breathe in the day before the day asks anything of you. Pay attention to your breath consistently. Breath is that constant rhythmic motion through the body, and it's right in the center. It does amazing work. Pay attention to how you breathe and how you move. You're generating piezoelectric signal. You're changing the matrix of your body. Breathe into the back body. Be aware behind you. Lower your vigilance, especially when you're stressed, especially when you're tight. Because safety is not just a nervous system concept. It's a biochemical state, a cellular state, a fluid state. Your body isn't just this rigid structure. It's constantly moving and adapting to the environment, the chemistry, the electricity. Your body is light and signal. It's all of these. And fascia is right in the middle of that. It's a pillar of that, a living matrix. Your cellular battery, your body's largest sensory organ, and it's listening to everything. How you move, how you breathe, how you hydrate, how you nourish yourself through your mouth, through your mind, through your gut, how safe you feel. So instead of trying to force flexibility, start by supporting the conditions that allow your movement to feel easier. Your inner environment, your outer environment. Nourish it all. Charge your matrix. By doing that, you let the body do what it already knows how to do. So if you tried that reset with your arms, let me know what you noticed. Did your arms move differently? Did something soften? That awareness, bringing yourself to your body, is where change begins. And if this kind of grounded exploration resonates with you, like and subscribe, please, so you can return to these practices when you need them, and I can be there to support you. Remember, regulate before you renovate. Soften before you strive in this world, and move with kindness, with compassion for yourself. Breathe with awareness and trust. Your body responds to what you give it. You got this. We know what to do together. See you guys later.